So I'm so fortunate this week to be spending the week with my mom. So I live in Vancouver, Canada. She lives in Fredericton, New Brunswick. So that's coast to coast difference. So we've been hanging out since last week. She's here for 10 days and we've been enjoying a ton of wine and eating out and just things that I normally wouldn't be doing. And I just want to say that you need to do that from time to time. You need to enjoy the time with your loved ones and not feel bad, and we can always get back on track. Whenever I have clients that go on vacation and they're kind of down on themselves that they went off their plans when they're on vacation and stuff, I say don't worry. It's important to have those times. Mom just said, what'd you say, Mom?
Life's too short.
Right. So we are enjoying some wine right now, and we are making some pumpkin chocolate chip cookies because I had so much pumpkin left over from my previous fall recipes. So I said, let's put this to use. So we have pumpkin chocolate chip cookies planned, and then we're also gonna make, what, Mom? Pumpkin cheesecake.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
We're gonna try. So we will show you the final result. And
that would be 2. I put 2.
How good does that look?
Good enough to eat.
We're gonna give our cookies a taste test. Hot.
They're good.
I just brushed my teeth. They're good though.
I like them. I would eat a second one.
There you have it. Give this video a thumbs up if you want the recipe.
It's delicious.
To our cookies. If those out there drink wine, we should just have this bottle for the first time. And we recommend, hey?
Of course.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how I prep my vegetables. So what I usually do is I get 2 different vegetables. So today I have Brussels sprouts and some peppers. And then I get 2 big baking sheets. Next, I will preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, you see I've lined both baking sheets with tin foil, and I just find this really helps with the cleanup. And then I'm going to spray them with this cooking spray. So sometimes I won't use the cooking spray and I will use coconut oil, but right now I'm just cleaning up my diet a bit and watching my fats, so I will be using this. Next, I wash the vegetables and cut them to the desired shapes that you like. So you'll see I like to cut my peppers in this shape, and then I just line them on the baking sheet. That's what the final sheet looks like. So that's about 2.5 peppers. So I've wrapped up the rest of them and I'm just gonna store them in the fridge for the next prep. So usually 2 sheets of vegetables will do me anywhere from 2 to 3 days. So now we'll move on to the Brussels sprouts. All right, we're also gonna start the Brussels sprouts off by washing them. And then we cut them up and just throw them on the plate. All right, once all your vegetables are prepared, I like to give them another spray on top of this cooking spray. I find this just makes them a little crispy, and that's why I like them. And then we're also going to top both trays with this pink Himalayan sea salt. So I'll just take a little pinch and sprinkle it over each one. Just a little bit. And then over both as well, I'm going to use this Trader Joe's garlic powder. And then I have a couple salt-free seasonings here as well. So I have Mrs. Dash, the original blend, and I'm just gonna put that one over the peppers. And then I have this one, and it is the McCormick's no salt added citrus and pepper seasoning. And I'm gonna use this one on the Brussels sprouts, just to give it a little different flavor. So I know there's tons of different ways to prep your vegetables, but I hope maybe you guys learned something new today with this way. So now that they're ready, we are just gonna put them in the oven. Alright, so I'm gonna set my timer for 15 minutes. I put them in for 30 minutes total, but I like to put them in for 15 minutes and then take them out and flip them around and then put them in for another 15 minutes. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to some chicken. I always get the boneless, skinless chicken breast. This is another just very easy way, a way that I'm liking right now. It's just gonna be on the stovetop. So I like to turn my heat over medium, and then I'll spray the pan with this non-stick cooking spray, so it's the same stuff. So next I like to give the chicken a good clean, and I'm a little particular about my chicken. I hate that chewy feeling, so I go through and I make sure I cut off all the extra fat on there. Alright, so once all the fat is cut off, there wasn't much on this chicken breast, I cut them into these like finger shaped pieces, and then I just throw them on the pan. So that all the fat is cut off, all the chicken is cut up in here, I just kind of move it around and I watch it until it's all cooked. Alright, while that chicken is cooking, the 15-minute timer just went on, so I'm just going to kind of move around these vegetables, flip them a bit, and then put them back in for another 15 minutes. Also during this time, a lot of times, I will prep brown rice right there beside it, but I do have some left over from my last prep, so I'm just gonna hold on to that for now. So I generally like to do a protein, veggies, and a starch. Alright, once you've drained all the water off of the chicken, I'm just gonna add a little pink Himalayan sea salt, some garlic powder, and some sriracha. I absolutely love the combination of the garlic powder and the sriracha. So good. Alright, I'll just mix that up. The next step is optional. You could just take all of this and put it in a big container and then take it as you need. But I am going to weigh out 3-ounce servings. So I'm just going to make sure this is on ounces. And then tear it. Okay, so it's zeroed out, and then I will just measure out the 3 ounces. Perfect. So that's on 3 ounces, and then I'm gonna fill up the rest of these. Alright, so that made 5 3-ounce serving sizes, and then I had some left over, so I usually make Fraser a plate of my leftover food. And the vegetables are literally going to be done in 1 minute, so then we will add that to them. Alright, so the 3 ounces of chicken are in there, and then I have a half a cup of brown rice, and then I'm going to add in 100 grams of Brussels sprouts. I eat more than 100 grams of Brussels sprouts at a time because I find it hurts my stomach. So. And then there we have a perfect little meal. And there you have it. That's about 3 days worth of 2 meals per day. So I'll make my breakfast at home, and then I'll usually have a shake, and then usually something else as well. But these are great staples to have. Good morning, YouTube, and happy Halloween to everyone. So we went to Fright Nights last night. It was so much fun. It was so scary. We went through 2 haunted houses, went on a couple rides. If you live in Vancouver, I would definitely recommend it. It's definitely fun, got me in the spirit. And I wanted to get footage. If you follow me on Snapchat, I did Snapchat. And today I'm just getting ready here. I'm gonna go to the gym. And I just took some progress photos because I've been tracking my weight and measurements, but I haven't taken progress photos in a long time. And especially if you're someone like me and you create your own workout plan, it's easy to kind of like train the certain things all the time and like neglect your weak spots. So by taking photos, I was really able to see like where I need some help. So today I'm gonna go train back and shoulders, and I've sort of been like neglecting my upper body, and I feel like it's kind of starting to show. So we're gonna go do some back and shoulders, and yeah, and then I'm getting my makeup done later today by my friend Clea Adams. I will leave her information. She did my makeup last year. Maybe I'll throw up a picture of it on the screen here. I was a dead Marilyn last year, so she's doing my makeup again this year. I'm super excited. So stay tuned later in this video and you'll see what I'm gonna be for Halloween. I hope you guys all have, or by the time you're watching this, I hope you all had an amazing Halloween. If you had some treats, don't beat yourself up, just get back on track. So here was my Halloween costume from this year. I was a creepy carnival girl. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already.